I get a huge amount of requests to say, well, how can you publish a book? It must be difficult. There must be some real problem to it. And I'm going to show you in just about 15 minutes how you can very easily put a Kindle book out. And from there, it's pretty easy to put a paperback out. Look, as always, I would love a sub to the channel and leave a note in the comments if you would like to see the paperback edition. Today, we're going to concentrate on making the Kindle book, and I would strongly recommend that you make a Kindle book before doing a paperback. I would also say that in today's session, we're talking about a book that is mostly text. I will show you how to put an image in, but really we want to be focusing on text and nothing but text. And the first lesson here is, please, plain text as much as humanly possible. It's really important that you don't put anything in you don't have to. Hyperlinks are okay, but any strange characters or emojis just won't come through. Your first step is to get rid of the title if you've left one in, and only use heading 1 because Kindles are flat format. That's the way that they create the file. So just heading 1, and you can do this in either Google Docs or you can do it in Microsoft Word. I will say that Docs actually creates cleaner Word files for this purpose, and also you won't believe this, but it's actually quicker to edit longer documents and full books. This one here is just a short manual, so nothing too big, but when you're looking at a 200-page book, Docs will generally outperform Microsoft Word. So here I am in Docs. Firstly, I get rid of the title, which I left in, make sure that's okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use heading 1. Kindle uses a flat format, so don't bother with heading 2 or 3 or anything like that. It's all flat. You can use numbers, and that sometimes helps if you need to split chapters up further, but generally chapter 1, chapter 2, etc., etc. Now I turn all my text to black because in most formats it's going to be black and white, either on the Kindle or if you publish a book at a reasonable price, you can have black and white. I really love the new eco-friendly printing. If you're using Docs, save it as a docx file. Obviously in Microsoft Word, you're just going to save it in its usual docx file anyway. Once you've done that, you are then ready to use the Kindle app. You are ready to move on to Kindle Create. This is the app that Amazon makes. I'm going to tell you up front, it is buggy. However, it's by far the easiest way to make Kindle and publish paperbacks on the Amazon platform. Once you install Kindle Create onto your Windows or Mac, then the first thing you're going to do is you're going to need to create new. And at this point, it is going to import your docx file. Please keep your docx file and your pictures separate. That is really important here because sometimes there are issues with individual pictures and you would want to be able to get them in the right format. So put your book title, your author name, your publisher, if you have one that's not you or you have a company name, then feel free to use it. I'm self-publishing this, so off we go. And this is the file we're making. It sometimes takes a few minutes to do this. Now, given that this is a very short manual, please understand that that time is a lot shorter than it is for when I do a real book. And they will tell you how useful and nice they can do and the levels that they can do. And so because we only use heading 1 and we were quite careful about this and we made sure we checked our headings carefully, that means that all of our headings are already correct. And because I didn't put a title in, I didn't put a contents page in, again, this makes the process much, much easier, and you'll see how you can put the contents page in a second. You can see there's a lot of things you can do, title page, but I'm just going to put the table of contents in for this simple one. And you can see straight away, I've got all of the things that I wanted. All of my heading ones are there exactly as I wanted them. And this is the big benefit of starting with plain text and only putting your chapter headings in. And chapters can be short or long, but they really do provide an easy way for you to navigate around your Kindle. Notice there was a couple of naughty characters in there. I told you it can really only accept the absolute basics of ASCII characters. So make sure you check your book carefully at this point. This is the easiest place to edit it, okay? It'll support bulleted list, it'll support plain text, but that's about all it supports. Now, the other thing you can add is images, and I suggest you do it in here and you make sure they are files that you've kept safe. Again, you've got a couple more formats. You can use JPEG or PNG. Those are the only two formats available, and if you're making a cover, you'll only get the option of a JPEG. So make sure you're happy and you've got a way to easily convert files. If you're on Mac, you can just use Preview, which is built in. And of course, add your alt text so that anybody with a poor screen reader or who's reading online and the images don't work, or one of the great things about Kindle is that it has an auto read function, and that is really, really nice. And the other thing I will stress is if you want to make an audio book with a generic voice, that is incredibly easy. It will take your Kindle book, and because we've done it in this format, it will actually make a full audio book with an automatic voice. But I think that's good enough for those people who struggle to read or have poor vision. If you'd like to read your own book, then you can get into that and record it. But even more powerfully, you can switch between the two formats, which is really nice. Please, please, please save your book regularly and save it under different file names. Use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. Because this does crash. It does not auto-save, and it occasionally gives you a reminder, but you make sure you save your project as fairly frequently so you never lose too much work. Once you are happy with it, you export it. Now, for Kindle, the easiest way to do it is as a KPF, but there's also an EPUB export, which means you could send it off to the Apple publishing as well if you want. There are a few terms and conditions to be aware of if you do an EPUB, but for this one, keeping it simple, go to KPF, and you can see that I've got my bookshelf, I've got my books here, and you can see them. Yes, please buy them all. I'm sure it will help the channel. So go to our bookshelf and we create the ebook. So we're going to create an ebook, and I would always recommend doing an ebook even if you're planning to publish it as paperback, because it gives you a chance to preview and it's a much easier format to do it. It's also, of course, much more environmentally friendly because of all that packing and stuff, but it does actually make it easier to make the paperback if you want to do both formats. So pop your author name in, pop any contributors in if there are other authors, and this is the point where you put your blurb. Now, on a Kindle book, that is what's going to appear and really going to sell your book on the Kindle website and Amazon, so make sure you do it right. Publishing rights, obviously you must have the ownership of it, and the reading age. I've got a tool to help you with that if you need help, and then just the primary place. So you can pick what you like. I will say there are differences between the Kindle version and the paperback version, so they're not the same. So in this case, you just get education for Kindle. Pop in your keywords. This is the same as if you've done YouTube or anything. Pop in the words that people are likely to search on. So Python, manual, editor. I wasn't too bothered on this one because I'm not really planning to sell this book. Although now I think about it, it might be a good idea to sell the paperback because the manual would be good. So if you're interested in a manual of that sort, then please let me know. Now let's get to the bit which is important. Saving on each of these things has definitely been accelerated. So we're going to upload our manual, and you can see it's the KPF file that we need. That's by far the easiest file to do it. We're going to click on that, open it, and it takes a while. Look, you can make a cup of tea. It could be several minutes, etc., etc. This is a tiny manual made so that I can record this in a reasonable speed. Now you've got two options. Number one will allow you to edit as a PDF or EPUB file, but of course it means that anybody who gets a copy can copy it around and save it. If you put the digital rights management, that also gives you higher royalties and allows you to work with some of the Amazon programs. I'm not going to get into an ethical debate, completely your choice. Now, this I hate. I'm going to show you how to use the cover creator. I'm then going to strongly recommend you use something like Canva, make your own, because it is buggy as hell. First thing is you can only use the image gallery once. Otherwise, you've got to go back and try and change your image, and it's a pain in the neck. And look at how atrocious these royalty-free art is. It is absolutely terrible. Really, if you don't want a cover, then the text-only cover could be done in seconds. But it's really saying to you, didn't really bother with this. And you can tell which the auto books are because they've got these kind of hideous images. In fact, to be honest, I would say in most cases, you're better off with text only. This is the least awful I could find easily. But trust me, even for my fake book, I made a better image than this. And again, Canva's fantastic for this. Even ChatGPT or Gemini will make something better than this for you. So Python code manual, okay, well, yeah, fair enough. But when you realize how terrible it is, don't worry. The first thing you'll notice is the PNG file is blanked out. And that is because for the cover, even though they accept PNGs for other parts of it, it has to be a JPEG. And so I'm on a Mac, so I'm just going to use the built-in preview to convert it. I'm sure there are thousands of Windows utilities to do it for you and online tools, etc. And Canva will do it for you as well. So make sure that you save it as a JPEG, decent quality high one, because you might likely to have text on it. So make sure you put your cover up that way. And that is a very nice way to do it. Now for a Kindle, that's basically all you need to do. I'll just take you through the last couple of sections. The next part is really important because I'm not really going to publish this, but have a good preview of your ebook. Particularly look for characters, and when you did your images, make sure they're full length. Don't try to do any clever layouts or anything, because it will spoil your book, because as you see between the different devices, images will appear differently. So just a straight image above and below, that is by far the easiest way. So if you've even got tables or anything vaguely complicated, make it an image and that will be better. What I do for things like code is I allow people to download those. So if they're important images or important figures, then I would recommend having an accompanying website, even if it's a Google site or something very simple, so that those key documents or images, and you want to add value, put them in a PDF, put them in a slideshow, put them somewhere that people can have a go. So there was my preview. I checked it across all devices. It was fantastic. There's no spelling errors, no problems at all. You just have to be a little bit careful. Save and continue. It will make sure you fill out everything. Let's have a little check here, see if I've done it right. No, I haven't, because I haven't declared that I use ChatGPT for a couple of the images. So I'll just put that in there, and then I will continue. So just make sure you check carefully. And it's those little details that are important. It's particularly concerned about the AI use and that thing. Now, because I've put the DRM in, I've put it as a Kindle, you can do KDB select environment, which means that people who've paid for the Kindle premium package can read your book for free, and you get the money in terms of royalties, page streams. I'll let you decide your pricing and everything like that. And the final step is to publish your Kindle book. Well done. Excellent job.